Alrighty guys, we are back again with another video and sort of like another talk. Today I kind of wanted to talk about something that I don't know if I would call it a talk, more of a self-evaluation, trying to be more self-aware, self-awareness. Yeah, I'll call it that. Like, I want to talk about something that I've been thinking, that I was, been thinking about, and that I've thought about before. And that's whether world building, forcing myself to do, like, build the world of the comic, if I should force myself to like, build the whole entire world of the comic. And, now, that's not to say that, you shouldn't do world building. I think world building is necessary when it's relative to the story, but I think my issue that I've had in the past is I would tell myself, okay, before I make this comic, I need to make sure I have the whole understanding of the whole world and how it works and this and that, because other people do it. Like, I was literally doing it only just because I saw other people doing it. Other creators were saying you need to have the world built so that you can understand how the world works for your characters. And I think for me, I took it too literal because I never made it relative to my own story. Like, for my stories, my characters might not leave their room. They might not leave a building. I don't really think it's necessary for me to, like, if I were to create like the whole like government ecosystem or whatever, is that the right word? If I were to like create like this whole entire backlog of how everything works, how their government system works, how their currency works, and this and that, it would kind of bog down the story, because it's like, that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is them living on a farm picking tomatoes, and that's just all that they do. I don't know. But my mistake that I had in the past was I would just include all this irrelevant world building stuff, and what I probably should have done was just consolidate it smaller. Like, just build the world around where they are at, like their home. Their home could be the whole world building, and like, because their home is relative to the story. They live on a farm picking tomatoes so they can survive. So instead of it being like the actual whole world, I don't have to take it so literal, and actually I could just be focused on the world that they're living in right now, like their house being the world, their little garden, even make it smaller, their little garden being the world, because things are going to happen within their garden that's relative to the story. So I should make sure I have the rules to just that part created. Am I making any sense? I don't know, but I know that's one of the things I used to struggle with before. I would take things too literal, and when I would hear the word world building, I thought like literally the whole entire world, like the government, currency, travels, species, instead of just like making it smaller and it just being like the world the character lives in, not like the big world that the character lives in, but just the area where the character interacts with other characters, or where the story is what's the word, where the story is happening. So I guess that's just my little self-awareness ramble that I wanted to just mention, and see if maybe other people who are probably struggling with taking things too literal, like I take things way too literal. When people tell me how to do this for comics or how to do that, it's like I need like stuff explained, like as if you're talking to like a child that knows nothing. It's weird. Like, my brain processes things differently, because like what's known as common knowledge, like if you say this certain word, common sense would tell you, okay, this is what they mean. But me, on the other hand, I'm like, well, what do you mean? Because it can mean this or it can mean that. I need you to actually verbally say what you actually mean when you say this specific thing. So my brain processes things weirdly, which thus I overthink I guess you could say, or I'm just over analytical. I don't think it's over analytical or overthinking. I think it just works perfect for my brain. But for other people, it'll be more over analytical. But I'm fine with it because it helps me to be able to try to see different perspectives instead of making an assumption, like, which is what I would do, take stuff literal because I made an assumption. Well, this is what they must mean because they said it like this. And it's like, no, that's not what they meant. I should have just asked, well, what do you mean specifically? Probably could have avoided all that. But anyways, so yeah, I don't really have much I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to get a video posted and just share something that I'm going through or struggling with or have struggled with or whatever. I don't know my words. And to see if maybe someone else probably struggled with this as well. Oh, also, I guess I should mention this. The comic that I'm working on for this voiceover is actually from my webcomic, Catch Me, Fight Me, Love Me. It's Jaehyun and Oriana. They are actually part of a variety show pretending to be a fake married couple. And I finally came up with a log line. Oh my god. It took me so long. I'm terrible with like describing my stories. And I'm probably going to jack up the log line right now. But it's basically a story that explores the idea of whether something real can manifest from something that started off as a fake petty obligation. So it's a very fun comedic story. I guess you can call it more of a slow burn type story because I'm not good with the romance. Like I'm not very good with the flamboyant romance, I guess you could say, like the declaring of love. But it's because I'm always suspicious. Like, what do you mean you love me? You don't know me. Like, would you still say that if you saw my bad side? Like, how far does this love extend? So I need to work on that. But either way, with their story, it's definitely like a slow burn because I prefer characters that slowly get to know each other. And oh, someone's knocking. Oh boy. The struggle of trying to record while your children also want to jump in on the recording. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the story, it's a slow burn story. So for those that enjoy that type of story, maybe you might like that. I have it on my website at S-Morishitastudio.com. Well, S- little dash symbol, morishitastudio.com. I also have it on my Patreon, which is again just S-Morishita, no dash, just S-Morishita on Patreon. It's also on Webtoon and on Tapastic. Is that how you say it? But yeah, so if you'd like to read the comic, you can read it over there. But I don't think, is there anything else I should explain about this story? No, you know what? You guys can just finish watching the rest of the playthrough. I cannot talk. It's late. I need to go check on my soup because apparently the kids thought it was just so important to come and tell me about my soup boiling. I'm making cabbage soup, so it's a big pot. But okay, that's all. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and I will verbally speak to you again another time. Alrighty, bye-bye.